What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Happy holidays to the family. This your boy, you know what I'm saying? Chill Fitted. I am, you know what I mean? The author. Hey, check the book out on Amazon, Kindle. You know, we finna get real deep and heated today in this kitchen. Fire knowledge, man. I got a few little notes I wrote down, you know what I'm saying? Plus, we gonna go to a few sources. You feel me? Let me get the laptop ready. You feel me? So we can get deep into this thing. But today, what we talking about, man, is building strength through the storm and the struggle. Also, I hope a lot of people didn't invest in foolishness through the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Cause every day is a holy day, not a holiday. You know, you gotta reach deep down inside, man, because you got to understand that at the same time, in between time, you still gotta take care of your responsibilities. You gotta keep your priorities lined up. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get fooled by trying to look like the Joneses, Rothschilds, or you know how they paint it. You feel me? Don't try to put yourself in that position when you're not really in line with the universe on that path. You see, a lot of this stuff, cutting to the chase, man, a lot of this shit just fabricated. You feel me? When you do your research and start to realize how 10% of the people in this world controlled us with this. Yeah, look at it. KGV. But once you start to understand its passages in this, that will make you question that. By doing your own research, so you can't get so caught up into the way a person be eloquent with it, the way they articulate it. Because you got to understand, some of the passages say, hey man, go do the research yourself. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved workman, rightly dividing the word of truth. You know, Jesus, the letter J, which we know didn't come into the alphabet to the 1500s, 1600s. So, and you go farther by that, you got the letter Y, Yahshua, Yeshua. Farther than that, you got Osiris, Horus, Heru. So you gotta dig deep when you doing your studies, man, to realize that a lot of things have been stories put together by scribes who wrote in an esoteric way, but to make it seem like it's a real literal story. And behind those stories, what they have is codes that have to be deciphered and meanings that have to be deciphered. Why would, you gotta ask yourself a question. At the Council of Nicaea, I believe it was in the 600s, why would they put a group of men together to come up with this and leave out other biblical texts that is actually older than the Bible itself. Like you got the Ethiopian Bible, you know. It has books in there. I think it's 88 books. And it's only 66 in the King James. You know, you got the book of Enoch, man. I'm talking about, like, that's why I really want my Fire Knowledge family to start doing research, you know. And let me show you some images right here. Let me get down here. And these are real images, man, of the Holy Book of the Bible over here in Ethiopia. You know, the oldest book in the, and let me blow it up a little bit here. If it come on through for me. Right here, man. And it goes a guy right here. And you can go look this up right now on YouTube, the History Channel. You know, so he holding the oldest copy of the world's oldest Bible, biblical text in Ethiopia, right there. This guy right here. So, and I'm gonna read you a little bit of it. And it say the world's first illustrated Christian Bible discovered at Ethiopian monastery. The world's earliest illustration Christian book has been saved, you know, and it's the oldest Bible, you know, over there in Egypt. And look at here, man. This don't look like no kind of you feel me? You gotta really do your research, man. So understand what I'm saying, man. Hey, like you been tricked, you been bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting it to your blood route, man. You know what I'm saying? As we said from down my way where I'm from. However, I'm just, you know, asking questions, trying to get a little deeper. Because of the simple fact, man, it's like when you read and start to get a better, clearer understanding of some things, you realize that you is on this earth to be fruitful and multiply. But at the same time, if you made in the likeness and image of him, you are of him and he is of you. So you are God. You got to make your own way in life, man. You can't be out here taking things as they come. That's why you got to dig deep. Something in your spirit ain't gonna sit right. You feel me? And we've been going along with something so long that we just feel like, okay, it's an everyday thing, you know, which is not, because you want all your once you come into consciousness, you want to have your virtues, your values, your principles. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay on that path of righteousness, get in tune with nature. You know what I mean? Because once you in tune to the real, which is nature, that's the real. That's something that you can't fabricate. You feel me? So, it's a saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, why a lot of the peoples in the truth barriers like us, we always get cut down when we trying to build. You know, and I was reading and the 48 laws of power, and it really showed some of their philosophy. And I believe it was in the Inventor text that say, look in the forest, look in the forest, you'll see all the straight trees are chopped down. The crooked ones, them the ones left standing. And it hit me. We got so many of our leaders that's been chopped down. You feel me? A lot of our leaders been chopped down. The true leaders that knew what was going on. And when you look around, man, it ain't nothing but a lot of crookedness out there still standing. Gotta keep getting a shot. I don't get them shots. I'ma drink some ginger, some lemonade, you know, I'ma live off the earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm from my grandma, you know what I mean? I'ma find one of them remedies and, you know, tea or whatever. You feel me? I ain't taking none of that stuff. That's just me. You feel me? Because you don't want to be no zombie. You feel me? Like, everybody interacting with their phones, you can never really have a true conversation no more with people. You know, people get caught up in so much of the tell lies to your vision that they lost. You know, so just going through that, and a couple of other things like, you know, the truth. That's what we want to get out, the truth. And I'm gonna go show y'all some more few things here. Let me see. Let's get to the chop that off. Cause a lot of people was dealing with the fight was Jesus a myth, or was Jesus a true person? And the reason why I have to say the word Jesus, because that's all some of my people know the name by. You know what I'm saying? And you can sit here and tell some people that, hey man, this letter J did not exist. They gonna look at you crazy because they never did the research. You feel me? You know, you could tell them like, hey man, the Ptolemies made that up, and had another follower, Serapis, you know, the same similar thing. Even the Indians, the Krishna, you know, this story is throughout all philosophies and religions. You know, so, but what's quite interesting is, I'm gonna just go a little deeper for y'all. I believe this one of the notes right here that I'm gonna get into for y'all as well, because see man, this thing is deep. Okay, so let's just stay stuck on the biblical text for now. Why is after Jesus' death, the New Testament, y'all can go look up this here for yourself. You know, the New Testament, after Yahshua's death, you know, supposedly, because the stories are written beautifully. But after he passed away, the Gospel of Matthew, right, was written in, I'm gonna let y'all see it now, cause this way I'm gonna break all the Gospels down. You hear me? That way y'all can see this here for yourself, cause I'm trying to figure this here out, right? Okay, the Gospel of Matthew, the Gospel of Mark. got this over here. Okay, you got it right here, man. Say the Gospel of Matthew, and this in Wikipedia. It says the Gospel of Matthew, written between 70 and 110 AD. Now hold on, man. You got the greatest, and even Mark goes to says 70 CE, yeah, 70 CE, 70 AD. Okay, yeah. So all these gospels after Christ the Messiah death, save the world for our sin, ain't none of them come out till 40, 50, 60, 70 years later after he was gone. Why did it take so long for the New Testament to be written? Between 40 years to 60 years to 70 years later. And see, that's where the discrepancy come in. Because he fed 5,000 people. And then it says when he passed away, the saints arose from the dead and started walking into the city. Man, like, but then you read Psalm 82:6, it say, ye are God's children of the Most High. So you ask yourself, Revelations. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm finna do. I'm gonna break it down a little faster because I ain't finna even much go through a lot of this. I'll probably put it in 10-minute clips on the next round, so that way y'all can see what's really going on. So let's go here, book of Revelation, written what year? By John, right? Okay. Go to Wikipedia. Okay, now the book of Revelations right here. I'm on Wikipedia. You know, I'm gonna give you the sources, so y'all just keep your pens and pencils and your paper tight. You know what I'm saying? So you go right here and that's all we're gonna show these people, man. How say around about 80 to 96 AD. But man, I can go to so many. And then they say that he probably didn't write it because it still remain an academic debate, because it's second century writers such as Papias of Hierapolis, Justin Martyr, you know, those type of guys, Clement of Alexandria, and the author of Mortarian. You know, these people are modern theological scholars themselves. And they characterize the book of Revelations as John of Patmos. You know, so they saying this may not even been the John that walked with who they call the Messiah. You feel me? So you got to do a lot of research and start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. You feel me? And let me go down a little bit more here and get you right, man. Because it says, we gonna look at it like this here, man, because a lot of people ain't gonna believe, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on, because they so stuck in their ways that it be tough to do these kind of videos, man, because, man, you got the book of Daniel, you know what I'm saying, where he said he prayed 5 times a day. You feel me? And you say you got the Hebrew boys in the fire, you know, who was there with them, things like that. You got the fall of Babylon. You got divine wisdom, which they call divination. They say the overall theme of the book of Daniel is God's power over history. On the human level, Daniel, and when you break Daniel, you know the EL at the end. So a lot of those things with the names with the EL at the end, that represent God. In case y'all didn't know, you know what I mean. You got in the Old Testament, you got El Shaddai, El Elyon, Elohim. So a lot of these words, they done tricked you with using a more made up language, Latin and Greek, and turned it to English. You know what I'm saying? When this stuff was in Hebrew, Aramaic, you know, and languages that date back even farther, you know, this stuff was written on tablets, not paper that we got and had to go through hundreds and hundreds of translations. Understand where I'm coming from, because you got to realize it was all a trick. Once you wake up, you're gonna see it was all a trick, you know. And let me show y'all something. Let's just go over a few things, if I can get it. Show them God here. Samaritan, Babylon. Listen, okay, so it's telling you right here in Samaria was the religion, was the practice and adhered to by the people of Sumer, the first literate civilization of ancient Mesopotamia. The Sumerians regarded their divinities as responsible for all matters pertaining to the natural and social orders. So they address their gods, you know what I'm saying, pertaining into the natural and social orders. And it's no different from like when the biblical text say, okay, listen, Moses, and this is what I'm gonna do for y'all. You gonna set these people over this here part, they gonna handle that. It's too much for you to handle. You gonna set these people over here on this here part. One gonna be over farming, one gonna be over teaching, one gonna be over justice, one gonna be over education, You know what I'm saying? So that's how these people line things up in structure. And when you look at how they structure things, it's the same in the system today, if you believe it or not. You got your government, you got your Congress, you got your senators, you got your councilmen, you got the policemen, you got the volunteers, and we got that same kind of system of civilization that we have right here that was way back then. But some kind of way, stuff done switched up. And when you look at it, every other couple years or two, they gonna release a few documents, say, hey man, we found this here in the ancient world. And then you can't get your hands on it because they done shot it to a museum. So it's just a bunch of bullshit, to be honest with you. That's why you gotta look deep inside. And when you go over here to these ancient cultures and these continent of the motherland, Africa, you will see up there in Egypt, it says, know thyself, because you really need to know yourself. Like, I did a whole in-depth study on myself as well, my planet, where I'm from, my zodiac sign, the Sagittarius, the 9th planet, because I look at it deeper than what it is literally, And I'm just bringing y'all a lot of this here because I don't want to get too deep, because you know how these internet gangsters be, you know what I'm saying? They will shoot you to them people and then you be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But hey man, truth is truth. You can't hide the truth no matter what. You can't suppress it, because when it coming out, it's gonna come out. You feel me? And since that pandemic, it gave a lot of people enough time to research and really find out who they are, tap into their gifts, and really start to, bring fruit. You got a lot of brothers and sisters now more conscious. Got a lot of brothers and sisters out there now starting to invest. Got a lot of brothers and sisters out there now starting to taking care of their responsibilities, because of the simple fact, you got to realize at the end of the day, they showed you that they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They'll throw you a check or two, but at the end of the day, that's on you. What you do with it. You feel me? So you got to be your own motivator sometimes, your own self-motivation. You got to motivate those all around you. You feel me? You got to pick up your energy. Because that's what they doing. They throw out the propaganda to lower your frequency, to take away your thinking, keep you hooked on the phone, keep you hooked on social media, so you won't really find out what the hell the truth is. But that's up to you if you want to find out what the truth is. Some people love to live a lie. You feel me? Don't do that. I was stuck like that. You hear me? Deep. So, I just was breezing through a few things for y'all, man. Let you know about a few things. And everybody gonna always, you know what I'm saying? War with each other about religion, war with each other about things to the smallest, minute word. And I'm gonna give y'all something right here, man, that maybe y'all wanna check out and just look into it, and you might want to go check out Kemet, the Metanetta, the gods of Kemet. You know what I'm saying? Check out the history. And when you check out the oldest, you know what I'm saying, civilization over here, the cradle, the motherland, That's why I made the song Motherland too. Y'all can go check that out on SoundCloud. It's live right now. But and break down the laws of Ma'at, you're gonna see something different. You're gonna really see a lot of what we got now in all different religious texts around the world. Yeah, I said the world come from this. Just different stories, you know what I'm saying? Different cultures, spread it out with the knowledge. Even Pythagoras, you know what I'm saying? Pythagoras theorem, you know what I'm saying? He had to go to Egypt. He learned the math, came back to his country and said, I got it. You know, Euclid 47. You know what I'm saying? I even got the 47 jewel on Amazon as well. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. A nice little full impactful book about what I was going through coming up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people had to go to the Egypt to learn. Even, listen, let me tell you something. Let me put this up here for a minute. Cause my parents, one prophetess McCrae, my dad, pastor, minister Herbert McCrae. I was brought up on this, you know, but they can only take me so far because it's up to me. They gonna give me what they can give me, but it's up to me to study to show myself approved. You know what I'm saying? Cause when they pass the torch, it's on me now. You hear me? So, and they gave me hints, they showed me ropes, they told me a lot of stuff. You hear me? But it's up to me to figure the rest out. You know, so I look at it like iron gonna always sharpen iron, and I'm gonna give you enough to get the way you got to go. And it's up to you to keep that torch lit. You know, so that's my thing. I'm keeping the torch lit. I'm gonna try to drop a video every day for y'all, my kids, kids, you know what I'm saying? And I hope somebody pick up the torch from me and keep doing the same thing, keeping this truth out here and bringing it to the light, because you got to let your light shine. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's why I say this book here, it got a lot of truth in it. And it's a lot of fabrication in it as well. So you got to decode, decipher, break down, and really understand what you read. You understand? So I read the Quran. You know what I'm saying? I read the Bhagavad Gita. You know, I don't read so much, man, that once you start to really see how a lot of the stories correlate to each other from one ancient source, you start to really see them. You know, but ask yourself this question. Abraham went to Egypt. Jesus went to Egypt. You got so many of the prophets done been through though. Why did everybody go though? Because of the simple fact, man. That's where the knowledge was. You hear me? And then you got a great king of the Mali Empire, Mansa Musa. Smartest man in the world to me. You hear me? Maybe to you too, if you look him up and really see who he was. A lot of y'all probably don't even know about Timbuktu. A lot of y'all don't even probably know that he owned it all the gold over there in Africa. Came through passing out gold. Yeah. Our people. Your people. See, when you can bring a people together, you powerful. Especially if you can do it with love. And have everybody on that same type of energy, that same type of frequency. That's why they tell you, in Africa, it takes a village to raise a child. Unity. That's what they try to do to us. They want to conquer and divide. So they bring us over here, transatlantic slave, on a boat called Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They trick us over here thinking we on a good boat with a good name. You heard me? Get over here, it's a whole different ball game. You know, even on Wall Street, man, they auctioned us off. You hear me? So do your history. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to the southern, you know what I'm saying, coast down in the Caribbean, Haiti, Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? Split Haiti up, Saint Dominique, you know what I'm saying? Split that up, you heard? But we got independence down there too as well, you know, 1804, you heard? So, but the thing is, man, you can look at that situation and see that people that know truth, they try to keep them suffering because you want to stay in your own culture, in your melody. You hear me? So, I never serve a European Jesus, ever. You ain't gonna even see no picture of him in my house. You hear me? So I don't care what nobody got to say, period. On that tip there. You hear me? So come conscious, awaken, and realize, man, why you think they even say he had to go to, the Messiah had to go to Egypt? Then all of a sudden, he come back when he 12, but then after 12, he disappear again. Don't come back till he 30, right? Come on, man. This the greatest man in the world who y'all put out there. Ain't nobody write about him until 40 years later with the New Testament, after he passed away. Nobody wrote about Jesus, y'all so-called Jesus, Yahshua, to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 40 years later, 60 years later almost.